You know, looking at this treatment pod, I really hope we remember to pick Quark up and he's not still in there. I'd hate to try and explain that to Tenmyoji when we get back. Where's Quark? We kinda left him in the treatment pod. Actually, that sounds like a legit explanation. I'm not mad about that at all. Hey there, guys! My name is Nix, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. I had to remember what game I'm playing. I'm a professional. Last time, well, we did some betraying, and then we came to the treatment center with Clover and an unconscious Quark. I don't know where Quark is at this moment in time. I'm sure we'll find out. This is the lock for the exit. It says lock right now. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. You did it! You did it last video, but you know, cutting off points.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
I wonder how many times throughout this playthrough I've said, fuck you, Dio.
45 minutes
no, I didn't mean.
remain until ambidex game polling closes.
I pressed square instead of X by mistake. What the hell?
Somebody else must have opened one of the AB rooms.
Again, as I said, how many times have I said, fuck you, Dio? Or something to that effect. Why would they do that? Whatever. We should be heading back anyway. I headed for the door.
Wait!
Clover's voice stopped me. What is it? I turned to see her pointing toward the wall with the treatment pods.
The screen, it changed.
What?
The screen on the pod's monitor thingy.
Really wish the laser wasn't in the way. Oh yeah. It says recent operational records. I stepped closer and began to read. What it said was interesting. Currently treating one subject. That one subject had to mean Quark. This was the pod we put him into after all. I read on. 7:48, one subject released. 8:06, one subject successfully restored. 8:16, cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. I checked the other pods. They're all the same. 7:48, one subject released. 8:06, one subject successfully restored. 8:16, cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. Whoa, what is all this?
I think it's saying that about 8 hours ago, somebody in this pod woke up from cold sleep. Well, 3 people actually. 1 for each pod. They all say the same thing, see?
That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
Yeah.
So the 3 pod people could be the 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier. Don't know how much earlier. Then we thawed out 8 hours ago and carried into the AB rooms.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I really don't think there'd be anyone else in here besides the 9 of us.
You say it sounds reasonable. We're talking about cryostasis here. Something we haven't actually managed to do yet, I'm pretty sure. At least not without damaging the human in some extent.
Well, I guess it's actually the 10 of us, huh?
Yeah. If you count the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? This explains... Okay. 2 of them in cryo storage have to be Alice and Clover. And the reason that makes sense to me is because Akane downstairs dead on the table is an old woman and Clover still is... Clover. As is Alice. So who were the 3 pod people?
Don't ask me.
You were one of them, I'm pretty sure.
How am I supposed to know that? All it says is subject. A, that's creepy. B, it doesn't tell us anything about who they might have been.
Doesn't say when they were put into cold sleep either.
And this bit, where it says, all prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That seems pretty suspicious to me.
Admin? What? Was Akane admin? Because didn't the thing that me and Tenmyoji had to open in the captain's quarters open by the picture of Akane as a girl? Or am I misremembering that? Wonder why they wouldn't just write the time, though.
What?
Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Whatever, write the time like that.
Yeah, that is weird.
Maybe Zero Senior doesn't want us to know what the actual time is.
Why not?
Hell if I know. Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? Seems like whatever it was that triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to leave.
Wouldn't that mean Zero Senior set it up to work that way?
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. What reason would he have to do that?
Maybe he wanted us to see the records.
Perhaps, but he deleted a bunch of the data. Why?
Could it all be a trick?
Probably. A trick?
All of these records are fake. Zero Senior just set it up to mess with us.
Why does everyone come to that conclusion? Kay said the same thing about Radical 6 and look where that got us. Quark nearly stabbed himself. Several times. So you're saying it was just a joke?
Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems possible. Right?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's ask somebody else. Maybe they can think of something.
Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyway.
Yeah, and we need to tell everyone what happened with Quark.
We double-checked that Quark was alright in his pod, then hurried out of the treatment center. If we're leaving him behind, I can already guess that Tenmyoji's not going to be very happy with us. Just call it a hunch. Ah, these are the white doors. Is this another warehouse?
It looks just like the other one. Hey, could you show me that map? Yeah, I thought so. This one is right under the floor A warehouse.
Huh, so it is.
Oh, are those?
Those doors are white.
And there are 3 of them.
Okay, let's go take a closer look.
I knew it. These are chromatic doors. See? They've got a little box right next to them, just like the others.
So these are the 3rd round chromatic doors, huh? I guess we'll be coming back here pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, we might not have to.
What do you mean?
We both have 6 BP right now.
Oh god, you really are a terrible person, aren't you, Clover? Yeah, that's true.
We're
So?
a pair, right?
Yeah,
And who's our opponent?
Quark.
Exactly. But he's in the pod right now, so...
If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
You aren't saying we should pick Betray, are you?
Weren't you planning to? I thought that was why you were okay with option C when we were making the groups.
No, that's not... I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose ally and not worry about getting betrayed.
Oh, come on. You don't need to lie to me. We're partners. That means we share the same destiny.
I don't like how you're talking to me.
So let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
I really don't like how you're talking to me. I'm not hiding anything.
Wait, you're serious? You were really going to pick ally? Whoa, hold on a second there. We might not get another chance like this. Let's say we ally and get up to 8 points. We don't know if we'll be able to get any points next round. For all we know, there might not even be a next round. There are 3 other people with 6 BP, right? Dio, Kay, and Phi. What do you think's going to happen if one of them gets 9 points this round?
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Phi and Luna are playing against Tenmyoji. He's only got 1 BP left, though. I really don't think they'd pick Betray. If Tenmyoji picked Ally, they'd kill him. Same goes for Dio. He's playing against Alice and Kay, and Alice's BP.
No! Don't even think about that!
I agree. But her BP is the same as Tenmyoji's. So unless Dio is willing to kill someone, he won't be able to get his BP to 9.
Then Alice has to vote Betray.
Yeah, that is generally the best defensive choice.
But if Dio chooses Ally,
Then
Kay would have 9 BP.
yeah.
Jeez. Well, it's just like I said then. If Kay gets 9 BP, then there won't be a third AB game.
Well, that's not necessarily the case.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
So you think that Kay will stay here, even if he gets enough points to leave?
I don't know, but it's possible.
No, it's not.
Well, we can think about how we're going to vote later. For now, we need to get back to the others. There's a couple things I gotta do when I get back.
Fine.
Okay, back to floor A then. Let's move. I turned and headed for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps following behind me. How many points does Quark have? I think he has 6 as well. Yeah, 'cause he was with Dio the first round, wasn't he? And they betrayed Alice. So we can betray him and he will still be alive. I suddenly don't feel as bad about this right now. Even if I really don't like what Clover's insinuating. I think that's a word. I might have just made it up.
Clover. Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yep.
Are we the last ones?
Yes.
Hey, where's Quark?
Tenmyoji's expression was furious, and from the way he was stomping toward me, I felt like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what had happened with Quark and the pods as quickly as I could.
So are these pod things really safe?
Probably.
Thanks, Clover! You've really sold him on this idea.
Probably?
No, they're definitely safe. He's fine.
Well, are they safe or aren't they? Look, I'm just worried about him, all right? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover?
Don't
worry. We've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
Okay. Come on then.
As soon as she finished, she was off. Temioji followed at her heels, and in the blink of an eye they were gone, out of the magenta door. Alright, you guys got some splaining to do.
I beg your pardon?
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the hell you'd go and do something like that.
Sigma, take a look.
As she spoke, Fi gestured towards the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
It's not like we opened them all up.
So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped the gun here?
Yes.
Well then, who was it? Sigma! Who's not in the room?
I opened it.
Oh, he is here. Never mind. But I figured as much. So it was you. Figured as much.
It's not really a big deal, okay?
You've done this like 6 times now. I don't know why I'm surprised.
I mean, you came right back.
Yes, Dio, it is a big deal.
Why? If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to ally.
No, not just. You telling me you didn't know? You didn't find one of these notes?
What?
We found this in the treatment center.
There was no such thing in the pressure exchange chamber.
Okay, you went there.
I didn't see one in the pantry either.
I haven't been to the pantry yet, although I am intrigued. Huh. Well, whatever. You should really probably read it, though.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not a option. If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
You get it now? If we hadn't gotten back in time, Clover, Quark, and I could have died. You just...
All right, I get it. Sorry. Cut me some slack, though, man. I didn't know.
So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did?
Of course I wouldn't have.
I feel like that's a lie.
What the hell, bro?
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right?
Yeah?
If they treat people there, I'd think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find any Accelavir?
No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those pods and that was it. Besides, if we found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Quark in the pod.
I see. Can the pod cure Radical 6?
Nope. No, unfortunately.
How do you know that?
Oh. Well, it said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. That's better than nothing, though. You don't sound convinced, Fi. Oh, right. There's one more thing about those pods I should tell you. As quick as I could, I explained what the records had said about the pod's occupants and their cold sleep.
Cold sleep?
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
If you can trust what we read, yeah.
Which of us are the pod people then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were or even when they were frozen.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would happen to the heart?
What?
Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
Ah! Fi, you're fucking brilliant sometimes. Oh! So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that will work for you, but perhaps not so much for me.
Oh, well, sorry, Kay. Yama.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure something out. We should go have a look at any rate. We'll be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
Of course.
I would say, shouldn't we? How long have they been gone? Oh, never mind. We all went.
What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Luna. Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up. Oh, that's low.
It is not pleasant, but consider this. We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? You sure? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility.
10 minutes remain until Amberdeck's game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Time's running out. We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo.
And he's only got 1 BP.
Luna and Phi could kill you.
Yeah, I know. I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to ally. All they have to do is pick betray.
We won't. You staying here won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally. Tenmyoji staying here is just another reason for us to stick to that plan.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be to choose Betray. Since you will be unable to betray them, then Phi and Luna can choose to ally without worrying about their own points.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
I don't know why I didn't sound convinced there, because part of me thinks that Luna's a good person. And part of me remembered what happened in 999, and I know I can't trust good people. Huh, sounds good. Okay then, Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I won't take my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on. We don't have much time left. We need to go.
How long does it take to navigate this facility? I mean, granted, we have to wait for a lift. Back at the Floor A warehouse, we open the AB rooms. Well, me and Clover have already had our discussion.
4 minutes remain until Amberdeck's game polling closes.
Do I actually get a choice here? I do. Okay. Alright, Clover. We should probably head in too.
Okay.
Man, I'm still not used to this shit.
Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah. He told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this. Right?
Yeah. Can I, take that back?
Huh?
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German a Shih Tzu. I'm like, that was like, I did not know how that's how you spell Shih Tzu. Never mind. Like, that's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
I can't tell you.
What? Why?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
I won't laugh.
Really?
Promise.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Hey, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Oh god, Clover, you have to make life hard, don't you?
Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again. Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji. Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into the red, blue, and green doors, Tenmyoji said something.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person, Clover. Just know that you'll keep him safe.
Yeah, I did find that a little...
Somebody who'd say that about me.
I did find that a little bit weird.
You seem pretty ready to betray him back on floor B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is?
Well, if what he told me was true, yeah.
I feel like Tenmyoji is one of them from the previous game. Which would make sense considering that was... I'm really thinking that Tenmyoji is somehow like Santa from the old game. And that's how, A, he knew who Alice. Not Alice. Carne. Different name, starting with an A. It would make sense that why he knew Akane and why he was looking for her. Because A, she's his sister. I think that's right. And B, she's an old woman and so is he, and I assume they'd age at a similar rate, so it would make sense. I feel like that's the connection I'm drawing here.
Until Ambidex game polling closes.
Although that Tenmyoji backstory as well, I don't know why the world was like a weird dystopia.
Please.
Where he had to salvage scrap for a living.
Choose ally.
You aren't gonna try and vote yourself?
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you. So...
If you tried the art of seduction, it worked really well for you last time.
Alright.
With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. I wasn't even taking into consideration the fact that Quark was just a kid. He was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely I'd get another chance like this again. If I choose betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
So what will my choice be? What would I do? Ally or betray? I choose...
3, 2, 1.
Well, like I've said previously, I got a system for this shit. I don't, because as I said, I don't know...
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
I don't know if this is going to branch off again. I'm assuming it will, but that could be like a bad assumption. I mean, it would make sense, but I don't know if I've got the stop for it, so I'm probably going to do both left and right for this video.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Also, we still haven't found out what I forgot the name of the drug that me and Clover found. The one that cures tuberculin poisoning.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You mean you weren't watching?
You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go.
I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Yeah, I figured. Hey! Again, proving my point that Kay and Dio are probably terrible people. Probably.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
You know when it flashes through like that, I try and see like
you chose
who
Ally,
everyone
huh?
is paired with, and it's like impossible.
Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. No, I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. I only did it what anyone would have. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only one BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote ally.
Tenmyoji's probably upstairs like, well,
I'm not dead, so they must have voted Ally.
So there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
it's alright, we've got the cure for that shit. We're fine.
Yeah, you didn't have much choice.
Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose Ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was Betray. Picking Ally when I knew you guys would pick Betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be Betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked Ally. What would happen to Kay's BP?
You know, like, Dio has a point.
6 plus 3 would make 9.
See? Then it'd be game over. Life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place. You see? That's why I chose Betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal, but finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Oh, it's great when you know you've won, but they won't ever accept the fact. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of doors sliding shut. I was trying to pronounce the shut in shut too early, is what that was. The sound.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
Okay, it's time where we do that thing where we compare bracelets.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates.
No, it's actually great when we actually get to do these star rounds.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
Also, did someone follow Alice? Because I feel like she needs to be supervised.
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we want. Right?
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Why do we keep bringing this asshole up?
The parent solo assignments hop around a bit too.
I mean, yes, it's like the only way we were ever told the rules, but like, surely we can just discuss this and not have flashbacks to this smug prick.
Yeah, he did. You guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time.
Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Red solo. Blue pair. Cyan, is that blue or cyan? Oh, who gives a fuck? Green solo. Magenta pair. Magenta pair. Blue solo.
I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair, and Fi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3 of us are all solos. Kay's red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. So how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the Floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups gonna shake out this time?
Fi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Temioji and Quark pair up with me and go open the and open one door. Fi and Alice pair up with Dio and open another door. Luna and Clover pair up with Kay to open the last door.
Oh? Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh, God.
Oh, she's with Dio again!
I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
Well, you just didn't think hard enough then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
Yep, we all put up with Dio.
So, what should we do now?
That's a good question, Luna.
It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Yeah, about 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Xelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine. I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk wouldn't?
Okay. We should split up and search.
Clover, you don't want to bring up that thing just in case anyone knows about it?
After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover, Fi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. But we're all going down... Never mind.
So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room.
I remember sniffing one of those spacesuits. It was a sad time.
There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently, the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. I was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we'd need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
It looks like it's been welded shut.
Damn it. There's one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer.
Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infected with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dia was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice, anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it?
Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
All right.
Promise?
Promise.
Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security. We're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I played the nonary game twice before, right? I'm not reading all this in Clover's accent. That's unbearable even for me to listen to. Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, because everyone else in the car was fucking stupid. And that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. Wasn't the car already full and you had like one guy in the boot? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how that went. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. You couldn't see how us playing the nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there, now on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to the SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. They must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. And Junpei never did get to bang Akane. It was the saddest part of that whole damn thing. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Jesus! I mean, legit, honestly. I thought your parents would... No, wait. Did they get adopted? I thought their parents were... No, I'm confusing them. Never mind. I was gonna say, I thought their parents were dead, but no. That's, Akane and... Santa. Oh, his real name I can't remember. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. Damn right, Snake's super awesome. And he was in both of the last two nonary games, too. So, anyway, we've been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though, so after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. Couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. And after that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. He plays the harp and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It's got kind of popular, so we don't have to worry too much about surviving. Why do I feel like this is majorly important? Like, this is like a super niche thing to bring up for it to not be important. It's got its own fucking background, for God's sake. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Though some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. That was a bad sentence, but you know what? We're rolling with it. And by bad, I mean I read it badly. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. I keep seeing this flag, and part of me thinks it's like some kind of occult group, and then I remember, oh wait, this is probably just the flag of the SOIS. So we went back to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first nonary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. Then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. it's possible that we as a species will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first nonary game was to research that ability, so they kidnapped kids who had got the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she'd brought was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that! I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you, she told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something that I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world, looking for Akane. Haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei's in the K-suit, isn't he? I feel like this is what we're getting at. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I'm banging my controller as I'm having these revelations. I kinda had this feeling for a while. Either that or Junpei is Tenmyoji. It's somehow in a weird twist of fate. I don't know. Being old might do that to people, so... yeah. Also, like, that would also make sense why Clover and Alice still look young, because they've been cryogenically frozen. I'm slowly starting to weave the threads of this together, I think. Then again, like, something is going to come out of left field and I'm going to have no fucking idea. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed. The other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But yeah, that worked real well. Everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was a fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. Oh yeah, that's because... That was because of Alice's real fucking sad backstory, wasn't it? Where they found her dad, Alice's father, who had tattooed the base's coordinates onto his, like, barely living body or something. This game is fucked up. Like, maybe not quite Angels of Death level there, but you know what? It's still pretty dark. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time, I promised myself we wouldn't screw up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by the people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. People?
And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse.
Yeah.
She definitely did specify people there, didn't she? More than one. This Zero is a group. I guess that's good to know. All that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed, and her long hair swayed as she moved.
Hey, I've got a few questions.
What are they?
Well,
First off,
your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response?
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Junpei is among us! That's my only assumption, because he was like the first person to actually get into the morphogenetic field to create this fucking time paradox in the first place! I've just punched myself in anger. This is why you should leave time traveling to fucking Steins Gate.
Right, whatever.
Disclaimer, I haven't watched Steins Gate, but I've heard it's fucking great.
I have some other questions. So, moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all the other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
I feel like you may be a few years too late, Clover. But that could just mean just about anything.
Yeah. It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
You saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and then the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
Like, Luna knew. Luna knew about Radical 6.
And what's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why have we always got to go to the occultic places?
Purifying the unclean?
Oh. Oh. Unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up. Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean. Clean. Een.
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
That's the thing that I'd forgotten.
Neo what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication.
Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
Exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that.
I'll let it slide.
Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine.
Clover, fucking look at me.
I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, is this over real? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So you're saying this neostigmine, it keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover!
It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone.
Damn. I'm gonna have to answer all of Phi's fucking questions now.
I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. And as soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs.
Phi! Where did Clover go?
This isn't good! This is not a good!
Phi, can you hear me?
She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body was unnaturally stiff.
Phi?
I grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised an arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured towards the exit that led away from the warehouse.
That way? She went out that door?
Phi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod.
Right, got it. Thanks.
Don't leave her here! For fuck's sake, Sigma! Like, I feel like I'm getting overly angry at this, but I feel like it's justified! I headed for the okay, good. I headed for the exit, then paused.
You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright?
You're not, no. Don't fucking leave her here! Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged out of the... Oh, Fi's not gonna be alive when we come back, is she? I turned back around and jogged out of the door toward the treatment center. Oh, for the love of fuck, Sigma! Bring her with! Or at least take all of the sharp objects out the room! There weren't any. I really hope she can't pressurize that goddamn chamber. That would lead to a really gruesome suicide. You know, you just take the pressure out of the room and then she just kinda turns to mist, I think. Actually, isn't that like a myth that your blood boils at the lower pressure?
Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody?
I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too.
They'd left Quark, and the readout on his pod says his vital signs were still normal.
As far as I could tell, he was still asleep.
Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else.
I made my way out of the treatment center. Here's the pantry. I am super fucking unnerved right now. Like, seriously, where the hell is everybody? This is just creepy.
What the hell? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait. There's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary.
Oh god, I have a bad feeling about this. The infirmary. Whoa. Okay. I ran into the room and stopped short. Might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe.
No. What happened?
I felt my whole body convulse. Whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand, and I looked down to see blood. A vast warm pool of fresh blood stretching across the room, lapping at my legs and hands.
Why? This can't be real. How could...
Holy fuck! Jesus Christ! Also, Fi, how'd you get down here real quick? 2, 4, 6... In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. There were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. I mean, it's pretty never mind. Had they sliced themselves open? Or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All of the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them. its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they died. This tiny blade.
Oh God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up.
My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. Is this the everyone gets Radical 6 ending? I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs. And drew it across my throat. I thought we established Sigma bleeds white, or is that like another timeline? Wait, this is legit? It's playing the music like this is a legit ending. Yep, okay, this was legit. I'm not okay with this. I am very not okay with this. Although I know what my thumbnail for the video is going to be, if YouTube doesn't flag me. But, oh God. So I guess this was the Clover ending? Because that's basically what we got out of it before everyone fucking died? Also, like, Kay wasn't dead. Or, like, we didn't see him. And I know Quark wasn't there, but that's because they're not allowed to show dead children on, you know. If they should, like, I wonder, I forget what the rules on dead children are. I guess you just can't have them in video games. It's why most of the children in Skyrim are immortal. Or at least that's, I'm pretty sure that's the reason behind it. Oh God, like, I mean, I'm real glad that Clover told us the little bit about, Neostigmine, so we can now do one of the other endings, which I'm pretty sure is the one where I forget who escapes, but like, oh no wait, it's where Dio breaks the Accelavia, or no, it's not that one. It's me, Clover, and Dio, and we let Dio betray us, and then because of that, I die. But then, if we know about the Neostigmine, I'm fine because of this series of events. That's what's going to happen in one of the other timelines. Man, I just can't get over the fact that everyone's fucking dead. I mean, the Radical 6 thing, like, we knew it was going to happen. I mean, hell, we saw it happen to Quark and... Actually, no! Quark didn't die. Quark's the only one that lived in that ending. He's still in the treatment pod. Should have just got in there and been like, yep, fix me up. I'ma be fine. And then get out the pod and everyone's dead. So, I mean, surely just the other one's a bad end. Also, yeah, I feel like either Kei or Tenmyoji is going to end up being Junpei. I'm leaning towards Kei because now that I think about it, his voice actually sounds kind of familiar. But, like, she said, yeah, okay, this was the Clover end. Secret agent woman. I really hope if I get the Dio end, it's a rainbow in the dark. Like, that would just make my fucking day. That's the name of the achievement. Because, you know, they pulled stupid bullshit with the achievements before. Do I need to remind everyone of the we all die by a yellow submarine joke? Oh God. This was a thing, and I can't say that I'm completely okay with it. Oh no, this was just the Clover end. And yeah, we can go this way now, which is what I assumed. Well, I mean, next episode's probably going to be a bit disjointed because I want to just show this, even though it's probably just a bad end. And then I'm going to have a look at this and see if I can work out another ending. That might be the Quark ending or something, actually. But, I don't know. Yeah, right. I mean, I didn't like half of these people during this thing, but like a good number of us had 8 BP. That was the best chance we had of getting out of there so far. I haven't gone down the first pot tree at all, but oh god. This is just shaking me up a bit too much, I think. I need a drink. I think there's still rum in the fridge. Anyway, my drinking habits aside, thank you guys for watching this episode of Virtue's Last Reward. If you liked the video in any capacity, you're a sick fuck and need your head examining. Other than that, give the video a like down below. Leave comments I mean, I feel like I'm slowly starting to connect these threads, as I've said, but again, I can't help but feel like I'm not paying attention to something that I should. Also, this game went from 0 to 10, like, faster than I imagined it. Other than that, if you want to keep up to date with when this series comes out, which well, my plan is to do, like, for every 2 of these I do, I'm going to do a Nier Automata. And hopefully that'll let me finish this before Zero Escape comes out. Because, not Zero Escape. World Ends With You. Where the fuck am I getting Zero Escape from? That's the next one. Also, the guy who wrote this is making another game, and I don't mean the collab that he's doing with the Danganronpa guy. I've forgotten his name, but I will be checking that game out when it comes out as well. It's like the Somnium Files. It looks interesting enough. Anyway, I believe I've said my dues. Thank you all for watching this video. I've been Nix, and I will see you guys next time. Laters!